Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now, the purpose of this video is actually threefold, okay? Number one, happy St. Saros Day. Did you think I would forget? Also, coincidentally, happy birthday to Lady Rhea. Rhea, you my girl. I got you. Second, it is January, and I know a lot of other YouTubers are not active right now. However, I want to say that I am still putting out content even though we're not making a single dime on YouTube right now. But that's okay. That's alright. Because I'm here for you too. Because I am. So it's important to note that if you want to leave a like on the videos or subscribe or click the notification bell, that'd be okay too. In fact, it's maybe even encouraged. 3, we are here to talk about something that I think has maybe been on the minds of some people. See, in a recent video, known as the Hero Tracker, I pointed out that some of the older legendary heroes are not returning, or are TBD, rather, for the monthly legendary and mythic banners. And at the time, I didn't really know what that meant. But that was 2020. It's 2021 now. I'm smarter, wiser, more experienced. Kind of like Ike in Radiant Dawn compared to Ike in Path of Radiance. Minus all the muscles, of course. But I did just recently get an exercise bike, so who knows? Maybe I'll go through a transformation this year as well. But the main point being, the last we knew, we were kind of left off on this uncertain note as to whether or not these heroes would ever be coming back and when that would actually be. So, today, I'm going to offer you up what I think might actually be happening in these banners, and what might happen to the original 8 legendary heroes moving forward. So, as we know, the first 8 legendary heroes have been sidelined. We don't know where they are. They're TBD, as is Sothis, which I find very odd. I still don't know what's up with that. And I cannot offer you any comfort in terms of that today. However, as with the original 8, we have to go back and look at what legendary and mythic banners look like originally. And I guess technically if we're talking just originals, we should probably speak strictly based on legendaries, because mythic heroes weren't really a thing until about a year later. So as with legendary heroes, initially those banners were comprised of both special heroes and 5-star new heroes. Eventually, once we got so many legendary and eventually mythic heroes, those banners kind of transformed into, well, fewer special heroes and more new heroes. Once again, locked at 5-star. But not too long ago, there came a time where special heroes were completely left off of those banners altogether. Why is that? It's a good question. We would eventually go on to have double special banners, which strictly featured older and current reruns of special heroes. And that would range anywhere from, your typical seasonals like Easter, summer, brides, Christmas, all of those, as well as some oddballs like the hot springs or the picnic, just in general. Eventually, what happened with those double special banners, they started getting less and less older units on them. And sometimes it would even be a little wonky. Similar to how the legendary and mythic banners run now, there are occasional, we'll call them surprises, of units that we didn't really expect to show up on there, but they did. Same thing would kind of happen to double special banners as well. And for a while, there was a slight pattern in that the prior year's seasonal units would usher in the current year's seasonal units. So for example, before brides show up for this year, i.e. Micaiah, the Tellius gang, you would have someone like Bride Fjorm show up who is on the previous year's bride banner, and then the following double special you would have Bride Micaiah. Something like that would happen. But as with recent events, we've actually kind of rushed the double special banner. In fact, all of summer is pretty much done at this point. And if you compare to last year, where we were at double specials in December, it was actually, we're like 2 banners ahead in terms of seasonals rep. So next up would actually be Pirates, which was back in August. Only 4 months ago. And what's curious about that, these banners typically had anywhere from a 6-month period of rerun. So technically, if you want to look at patterns, Pirates wouldn't likely show up on double specials again until sometime in February or March. A good 6 or 7 months out from where they were prior. But they've been rushing them for some reason, and it's made it particularly difficult for me to kind of help predict that, because the patterns don't seem to apply anymore, as if there's some kind of change that's happening. And that's partially true. I mean, we do have 4-star focus heroes for new hero banners and special hero banners now. So naturally, the mythic and legendary banners would change accordingly, but those have kind of been rushed as well. We skipped over some, but I guess that's not too unheard of, given that a lot of the new heroes often coincide with who we have for the upcoming mythics and legendaries for that banner particularly. So maybe there's some kind of thought process there. I don't know. I'm not here to judge the minds behind IS, okay? I would never try to do that. That would be insane. However, I will give my input as to what I think is going to happen to those original 8 legendary heroes. Again, that's what we were talking about here. If you recall, about 6 minutes ago, I said that that's what this video was about. It is. But I had to lay the groundwork first. You see, I think they started rushing the double special banners, and even to an extent, maybe had a double showing in both November and December, in order to make way for the legendary heroes that are older to show back up in double special banners, kind of reverting to a smaller version of what legendary banners used to look like. And it would be smaller in most aspects. Legendary and mythic banners, of course, have an 8% rate. Double specials have a 6. They both have a 5-star lock, which means there is no 5-star off-focus pity break, tentatively, at least. I don't know what this New Year's Omega nonsense was, but, you know, it's there. And so I think what they're going to do is they're going to stop putting in older seasonal units, and instead, we're going to have a new mythic and legendary hero banner every month, featuring relatively current legendary and mythic heroes, as well as newer 5-star locked new heroes. And then every other month, we'll continue to get a double special banner featuring relatively current special heroes on rerun, as well as older legendary and eventually mythic heroes popping in as well. Makes sense? And again, it is kind of scaled, right? 8 to 6% odds, 12 to 8 units per banner. Everything is still relatively even. I think this is likely what they'll do for the next year, until, of course, they have to reevaluate what things are again, because things are constantly changing, as we know, and eventually the patterns in the way that they do these things and how they have heroes show up again, how they rerun banners and things, that will eventually have to change to adapt to what's actually happening within the game. Because eventually, the banners are going to get so big that there's no way out. And of course, there is always that option where they bring about the Omega option, where they just combine current and previous year, which I genuinely hope they don't do. But either way, that's a possibility as well. But I'm feeling pretty confident that on the next double special banner, we are going to see Legendary Ike show up. And we're going to see Fjorm probably show up as well. Some of the olders, right? That's what I think is likely going to happen to the current 8 legendary heroes. that are just kind of out in the void somewhere. I still don't know what's happening with Sothis. I have no words for that. We'll probably get an update this month. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. That's the video. Those are my thoughts. Sorry if that was long-winded, but I felt like I had to lead the groundwork for you first before I just kind of blurted it out. Hopefully that was helpful. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching and or listening. Feel free to subscribe or ring the bell notification if you already are. Reminder that we've only got a little bit of time left to submit female Corrin submissions for Promote My 4-Star. So if you haven't done that, there's a link in the description for it. Feel free to send in a screenshot of a Corrin that you think is a good Corrin, and it might make it into the video next week. Anyway, that's it. That's all the plugs I have. Thank you all so much for listening and or watching. Subscribe, come on back for more, and until then, I will catch you next time.